So the purpose of this video is to just, I think, dispel myths, not the right thing, but I know that I personally have had a tremendous shift in my thinking around chiropractic. And I used to go to a naturopath for 18 years, I think. You know our good friend Davey.
Yes, I do.
And we used to have discussions. This is before I met Travis. Used to have discussions while I was at the naturopath about chiropractic and how I would never go and see a chiropractor while my ass pointed to the ground was basically the discussion.
Yes.
Because I just thought it was, witch doctor stuff, all of that. I suffered from gout. I got gout for my 50th birthday. And glasses. I got glasses and gout for my 50th birthday.
Yeah. You need to get different presents from different people to give you presents.
And anyhow, that was awful. It was absolutely debilitating, and I had it worse than anybody else that I've ever met, with gout. And so it was at the top of my mind all the time, and I was having a conversation with a mutual friend, although I didn't know you at the time, but he knew you. And he just said, while I was having lunch with him one day, have you tried chiropractic? And I just looked at him like, are you crazy? But he was a good friend. I very much respected his opinion. And we started going to ChiroLife and had some adjustments, and it had a profound impact. And I'd tried everything, trust me. And so, this video is really talking about the basic building blocks of health, because I think there's a lot of misinformation and confusion out there. It's something that I've been looking into for a long, long time, since the early 90s. And one of the things that I believe in is that there are at least 5. I think before I turn the camera on, you said there are more. But
yeah, there are, but we can keep it.
We'll just keep it simple. 5 basic things that you need to look at that contribute significantly to your health, and they are hydration. Got to have hydration. Second one, not necessarily in any order of importance, is nutrition, rest. And involve in rest and all of this sort of stuff, and even the next one, which is mental and emotional health. Movement and exercise has to be in there.
Yes.
And then the 5th one was chiropractic, from my perspective anyway, for the purposes of communication between your brain and the rest of your body.
Yep.
And what had the most impact on me was learning about the importance of the two-way communication between the brain and the rest of your body for healing. And I became aware that the weight of a 5-cent coin, and we don't even have 5-cent coins anymore, but if look it up in the history books, we used to have a 5-cent coin. It was a very skinny, light coin, and the weight of that pressing on your spinal cord can interrupt the communication both ways between your brain and the rest of your body by up to 60%. So it's kind of a lot. Important. So what are your thoughts on all of that?
That narrows it down. I mean, the whole point of having any type of interference to your nerve system is really foundational for chiropractic. And the 5-cent piece analogy is just, it's one of those things that you put in your hand, for anybody who remembers it, and within seconds it warmed to the temperature of your hand, and you wouldn't even know it was there. And this is the same way as symptoms happen, that you can have an irritation in the nerve system, loss of communication of any type. You have irritation to a nerve, and it can be as light as a 5-cent piece, and just like in your hand, you can't tell it's there, but it still causes downline effects. So wherever that, and upline effects actually, because if your brain can't get past that point to talk to your body, and your body can't get past that point to talk to your brain, then you've got essentially an argument coming.
It's probably a little bit like, I don't know whether people watching this video know what I'm talking about, the telephone game or Chinese whispers or whatever.
Yeah.
You go around in a circle and start with one message and it's completely garbled by the time it gets back to you.
Yeah.
And it kind of works like that. So that leads me to the next point, which is I have plenty of discussions with people about, why do you go to a chiropractor and that sort of stuff, and why have you been going for so long? Because I've been going for 15 plus years, and I go every week, whether I like it or not. And the reason that I've chosen to do that is I believe in those basic 5, and I think that chiropractic is, from a preventative point of view, absolutely critical. And so what have you got to say when I'm sure that there are plenty of people show up on your door, darken your door, and they go, I've got a sore back, or I've got a sore leg, or I've got neck pain, or what have you, and they're there for you to fix them.
Yeah, so what would I say to that? Well, I would say first up, in life, there is no fix. Everybody's going to be carried out at some point. But what I can say is that your trajectory through life can be better or worse. The whole point of a maintenance approach to life is to recognize that everything breaks down. If you don't brush your teeth, you can expect them at some point to fall out. So that's a regular thing you do every day because it just makes sense. And that's because you don't want the outcome of your teeth falling out. Well, if you don't want the outcome of poor communication, you've got to maintain your communication. And so in the sense of, I always use that analogy of relationships. If you want to have a good relationship, you've got to put the effort in. Have regular, I suppose would be copious, lots of, and clear communication. And that's how you maintain a long-term the relationship between two partners in a relationship. In your body, it's no different. Your brain is in partnership with your body, and in fact, really, it's the same thing. Your brain and body are not separate. But we won't go down that little rabbit hole. The point is that you have to have communication because your body is constantly regenerating, and your brain's in charge of that. And if you can't regenerate, then you're on a very short trajectory towards having some problems.
And I just do recall all the pennies dropping, or 5-cent pieces dropping. Understanding this with the gout thing, because it was like you go to the doctors or other people who have got experience in this, and they go, oh, you've got to stop eating this, or you've got to start eating that. Like this will fix your gout, and they're looking at it from that perspective. And I tried absolutely everything that people had suggested because the pain was awful. And you will try anything.
Yes, you will.
Absolutely anything to get out of it. And no matter how ridiculous, which is how I ended up at ChiroLife, because I thought that was ridiculous. But the things that I was being told would work weren't working because of there was an interruption in the communication, and your body will heal itself given the right circumstances.
Given opportunity.
Like if you're going to stay up late drinking scotch and smoking cigars every night, you can have all the chiropractic you like, and
it's not going to help much.
It's not going to help. You've got to do all of those things. But what made sense to me was that the reason for chiropractic was far more on the side of prevention rather than cure. Like, sure, I turn up, every week, and some weeks I've got a sore foot or a sore knee or a sore this or whatever, but most of the time I've got a sore nothing. Like, I'm fine, but there's always something out of whack. There's always something that gets put back in its place to maintain better communication. And all I can say from that experience is that I, particularly after starting the preventative approach with chiropractic, I noticed that when I injured myself, because I used to do a lot of stand-up paddleboarding and sailing and surfing and all of that sort of stuff, I would heal far more quickly at an older age than I did with a younger age. And the only difference was was chiropractic.
Yeah.
It just makes sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, your healing is essentially a result of regeneration. I mean, I'm actually getting more lean towards the idea that healing doesn't happen, in that we just regenerate all the time. And so you just happen to be either better coordinated, better organized in that healing, or worse. And chiropractic allows your brain to oversee that process with so much more precision. Because you have no interference. I mean, nobody wants to be interfered with. And the less interference you have, the better that your brain can do that. I mean, your body is designed to heal.
There's a poster in the clinic that, you want a new body, you got it, and it talks about that different parts of your body actually do regenerate, so you have a whole new bone
over a period of time. The same with liver, you rebuild every couple of months. You do the skin every month. You do your tympanic membrane, your ear, every I think 6 days.
Wow.
Gets rebuilt. Like lining of your stomachs every week, 7 days. I mean, things are just constantly being rebuilt.
So let me see if this analogy makes sense to explain that. Because you're going, well, if I'm getting a new one every 6 days or however long it is for different parts of your body, why do I have this problem? Like, why does it regenerate? And my analogy is because of the miscommunication. You've got the architect up here and you've got the builder down here in your body. And because the communication is compromised, the instructions as to how to rebuild that part of your body is incorrect. So it keeps getting built incorrectly, and it's only when the communication lines have been opened up and the builder goes, oh, is that what you mean, architect? To build that new body part the correct way. So I guess it's not healing, it's being rebuilt the correct way instead of the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, your body will rebuild one way or another, and if it has no oversight, it'll just do whatever it wants. Essentially, it'll follow what's already there. And so if you want a different outcome, you have to have better communication or a better connection to the architect, to use your example. Yeah, absolutely.
So hopefully that makes sense. I mean, my recommendation and the reason I'm even involved in this video is because I've been attending Chiro Life for once a week for 15 plus years. Most of the time I go there, there's no reason for me to go there. If I was on
a pain level,
normal person with normal beliefs, there's only something wrong when it hurts. Most of the time I wouldn't need to go there, but I go there like it's a religion because of everything we've said. Like I just believe it is a critical part with the hydration, the nutrition, exercise, mental and emotional health, proper quality rest. So I got one of these things here to measure the sleep. And then the communication through alignment, absolutely essential.
Yes. Yeah, I suppose I would like to emphasize a little bit on that it's not just chiro, even though chiro is important. As you were saying, your water, your rest, your nutrition, and your mental, emotional. You need to actually be attending to all of those. Otherwise, it's like a wheel with different length spokes. It doesn't roll real well. You need it to roll evenly, so you need to make sure that you drink water. There is. About 25 to 31 mils per kilo body weight, basic recommendation, and most people are way under that.
Way under.
So I mean, nutrition is the same sort of thing. Get really, I suppose the easiest thing to do is to get unprocessed, as close to nature as possible foods. Don't eat things that don't rot. And sleep, a lot of people push their sleep because they've got things to do. Well, if you keep doing that, you won't heal. You won't have time to heal. There's all these things, and the whole of health is the wheel, you might say, of life, or the wheel of health is all about. It's all about working on all of them, and honouring your body enough to give it what it needs. So
100%. Any one of those that you don't do is going to have a negative impact. So if you're dehydrated and do chiropractic,
it's going to be hard.
It's going to be hard. You know, if you're having Macca's for breakfast, lunch and dinner,
Yep.
drinking plenty of water and going to chiro, still going to be hard. Like you got to kind of look after and continually look at how do I refine. It's a little bit like the Sydney Harbour Bridge, really, isn't it? Like, so make sure you're doing something reasonable at a reasonable level with all of those things
regularly. Yeah.
And then, well, how can I improve it? That's why I wear this, you know, which is a Whoop band. And it just gives me, the main reason I use that is it gives me pretty accurate trending information about the quality of my sleep. And it's like, I just did not realise how important the quality of your sleep is. And you can, there's plenty of times where I thought that was a good sleep, and you look at your data and you don't know what's going on in the middle of the night. You know, the high stress level sleep and light sleep, REM sleep, deep sleep, restorative, all of this sort of stuff. And you've got to have the numbers, you know. And I guess that's something that you do in the clinic as well, is that on a pretty regular basis you do the heat scans and all of that sort of stuff to make sure you're making progress.
Make sure the nerve system's improving.
So again, I hope that makes sense. And if you've got any questions or like to understand a bit more about anything that's been spoken about in this video, just talk to the team at ChiroLife and ask them anything. We'll see you in another video.